men. And whoa, we put this together. We put a lot of thought and effort into it because Marshall told us we had to. And as I was saying, walking up, Marshall wanted to come and control this part of the scenario as well. And it's like, perfect. You just hit the fucking nail on the head. Put your kids to bed, by the way. The F word is going to be coming out. So he sends us a video, maybe like two months ago, of the spot on massive effort of all the best men put together this big production in honor of the groom, and he's like, no pressure, just see what you can do. And we, being his friends, are like, feel no pressure, we apply pressure. So we all got together. We had a very nice rendition of Lion King we're gonna do. It was 98 minutes. And then we got told that our opportunity is a little bit less than that. So then we got back together today at 12 o'clock. And from 12 p.m. to 12:55 p.m., we arrived at nothing. And as we sat there and looked at it and spit ideas at each other and said, why are we so shit at this? We actually realized our quarterback wasn't there. We were like 6 monkeys trying to fuck a football. Instead, we needed our project manager there overseeing everything. And the best part is the latter half of the hour, he was sitting over the corner, pretending like he wasn't looking at us. He's like, what are they doing? What are they coming up with? Why are they so terrible at this? They have one job to do. So what we decided was, we're just gonna do our little 1 minute spiel each, but we want you to come out here and quarterback us, and then pick one at a time and say, you come up and talk, you come up and talk. Yeah, come on up. I hand it back to you, Le Capitan. Go ahead and start picking any of us, and we'll go and give a little spiel.
Well, I couldn't pick one best man. I had, 5 amazing best men. Pat, I'm gonna call you right back up here. No, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I've known all these guys for over 20 years, right? And that's what made it so hard to pick, and I don't even know where to start. I'm just gonna drop it on the floor and let you guys do it. Sean, only because you're closest, the floor is yours.
I've known Marshall for a little over 20 years. I've seen him evolve. For example, first day I met him, everyone called him by his middle initials, Mac. I just assumed that it was Mac Daddy for obvious reasons. But after 20 years of friendship, good living, partying, I've realized that name Mac has grown more toward the McDonald's cheeseburger. More than the Mac Daddy, which is fine. Like I said earlier, I've known Marshall for about 2 decades. We had some crazy times, whitewater rafted, skydived. Some things I really can't go into detail without embarrassing half the people here or making them uncomfortable. Simon knows what I'm talking about.
That's true.
I know these crazy times are getting even crazier now with Rita in the picture, especially the last couple of weeks or months that we've known really party with Rita. It's just gonna get better. I'm glad I'm here, and I look forward to the many times ahead. Rita, thank you for making my friend happy. That's more all I can ask for. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Let's say it, Mazel Tov.
Mazel
Sean Tompkins. I met him in, what was the year, Sean? It was like 1998, Price Club.
Oh, God.
No, you're right. It is 1994. We met at Price Club. If you guys don't know what Price Club is, it is Costco wholesale, the best store in the world. That's right, Table Costco back there. Some of those guys I've known for 20 years, right? So, as you guys mentioned, as controlling as I am, I'm gonna just. The next guy as closest to me is my awesome brother, David Camphor. Let's hear it for David Camphor!
Okay, now Marshall and Rita know I'm one for kind of a production, but this one's going to be a little simple. In case you haven't guessed, as you know, I'm the older Camphor brother 1.0, and I know Marshall considers himself the upgrade. I have the magical pleasure of today of telling a magical short story about our hero, and for today's occasion, let's call him Marshall. And the damsel in distress, we shall call her Queen Margarita. Okay. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy known as Bricktucky, there lived our hero Marshall. Now, Marshall was a good little boy, and when I say little, I mean a skinny little runner who liked to jump off couches and land on my back while watching TV. Now, I suspected something was slightly wrong with him at first. He had this habit of opening up presents in our parents' closet and trying to retape them badly so no one wouldn't notice. So I'm sorry, I'm getting away from our story. So fast forward 2 years later in the magical city of Hoboken, where our hero Marshall and his faithful sidekick, Freddie Ulysses Camphor, they were on the first daily adventure when they came upon this lovely creature who for some reason was very unhappy at the sight of them. She proclaimed loudly in her melodic voice, "He shall not poopeth here." This wouldn't be the first encounter our hero engaged with the lovely creature, once again known as the galaxy's Queen Margarita. Yet here we are today, celebrating in all their splendor and glory. So may everyone please raise their glasses and toast our hero and his lovely queen. May their magical story become a classic that everyone will want to see each chapter as it unfolds.
Thanks, brother. To speed things along as Rita maybe. A lot of you guys probably heard the reference fuzzin'. There's only one fuzzin', and he wears a lot of hats. And you guys saw him you saw him wear one hat today, but the only fuzzin'. Fuzzin', if you guys don't know, proverb, you can look it up in the dictionary. Fuzzin' is fake cousin from Philadelphia. So let's hear from Mark Kleiner.
I will try to be brief. You guys have all heard from me far too much already today. But quickly, Rita, I will start with you. That's okay. Nobody saw that. Classy and beautiful, as always. I see what Marshall sees. So, Rita, I do want to thank you. Sean did also, but you truly do complete Marshall for us, and this is completely serious. Is that never in Marshall's life has someone challenged him the way you do. And that I mean that in the highest compliment there could possibly be. You've made him happier than I've ever seen him. I've seen his ups, I've seen his downs, I've seen him naked. When he was up. Mostly down. But I do want to say, thanks to you, he's quite often up. He's not wearing underwear, everybody take it easy. It's seersucker. It's gorgeous, by the way. Marshall, there isn't much more I could say to you that you don't already know. Marshall is my brother. He is my #1 confidant. We talk about everything, all things. So many times a week, we've done everything there is to do together. He lived as a squatter in my apartment. I didn't live there, actually. He got a key and lived literally in my apartment, which, that's okay. We go back literally to birth. Unfortunately, my parents are not with us here tonight. They're okay. They're just at home. They're at home, sorry. Totally almost went sideways with that. They're fine. I just talked to them. Anybody can FaceTime them if you want. They're literally just not in the room. They send their best wishes to you both. They love you more than words can possibly say. And Marshall and Rita, my cousins, I do love you more than words can possibly say. However, I do have a few more words. So, in deference to Rita and your family, I tried to learn Russian on the plane here.
Oh!
Apparently, you need more than 4 hours. Especially if you've taken a Xanax and sleep for a large part of it. So instead, at great personal expense to myself, much like you guys flew in Rich Meyer, I flew in an interpreter to assist me with the last part of my toast. So, my interpreter, please join me.
Are you serious?
My Russian-speaking interpreter.
Oh my God!
We are all a little weird.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Weird ski.
And life is a little weird.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Weird ski.
And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours,
Blah. Weird ski.
we join up with them and follow mutual weirdness and call it love.
Спасибо, пожалуйста.
To the new couple, the new Mr. and Mrs. Camper. Let's go.
Amazing. Mark Pliner from Philadelphia, my cousin. And a big happy birthday to Chris Simmons! All right, I got another guy that he was my roommate in college 20 years ago. He gets me discounts on sneakers, a lot of sneakers. He gave me the title of being the godson of one of his children. I actually, a little uncomfortable, but I was in the delivery room of his wife and his first child. But all the way from Mexico, Mr. Enzo Caminati.
Hola. Gracias. I love to tell stories, so I'm going to give you a quick story. There was once a little boy named Alan who grew up in South Jersey. And this boy was a super happy boy. He was loving sports, had a great family, had a great upbringing, had a lot of friends. And he just enjoyed life. But as he got older, he wasn't fulfilled. So one day he came to a wise friend named Enzo and asked him, what should I do? And I said, look, Alan, you gotta look for the precious present. And this present is a gift. And it's precious because once you find it, it's gonna give you happiness. So he looked. He went to DC for an internship, couldn't find it there. He lived in New Brunswick, couldn't find it there. Went to New York City, worked there for years, couldn't find it there. Got himself an apartment, got himself a white Jeep. He also got himself a dog. That brought him some happiness, but he still didn't find it. He didn't find the fulfillment, he didn't find the happiness that he was looking for. And it wasn't until years later that this friend has found that happiness. And he's found that precious present. And that precious present is Rita. He's found that happiness. And Rita, you found that precious present as well.
I know myself.
No, that precious present is Marshall. So I thank you guys for inviting us to be a part of this special day. The precious present is important because it's not only about finding each other, but it's about enjoying today and not the past or the future. So what I